Hello BookTube, it's Leigh Cooper here, and today I'm bringing you my August TBR. Up until July, I think I was doing a pretty good job of sticking mostly to my TBRs, like reading about 75% or more of the things I put on my TBR. July totally ruined that average. I think I read 2 things off my TBR. And it was so ambitious. It was such an ambitious TBR. And I was going to read all these ebooks that have been on my Kindle for forever. I read none of them. One of the things is that I thought I was not going to be checking out a whole lot of things from the library, but then A, I checked out a bunch of things in the library because like I saw other booktubers talking about books, and B, a bunch of books that I'd had on hold for forever suddenly all came in at once. So it happens, you know, sometimes you just cannot follow your TBR. So I'm participating in Tome Topple in August. I will have a whole video on my TBR for that, so I'll link to that and you can get like the details about what I've picked for Tome Topple and why I've picked them, and if you're interested in doing a buddy read, you can go check that out. So I'll briefly mention those books here and then talk about all the other things I want to get to. So first off, I want to finish reading The Bear and the Nightingale. As of filming this video, which is a couple days before the end of the month, a couple days before August, I've just started this book. And I might have finished it by the time I put this video up. I don't know how fast I'm going to read this. But irregardless, it's kind of my first book of August that I will be finishing at the beginning of the month. It is a retelling of Vasilisa, Russian folklore, mid-14th century. So far, it's pretty interesting. And then the 2 books I will definitely be reading for Tome Topple are The Girl Who Played with Fire and Cloud Atlas. In between reading these 2 books, I do plan on reading a short book to kind of give myself a palate cleanser, and for that I will probably be reading The Refrigerator Monologues by Catherine M. Valente. This is Valente's newest release, like it just came out in the past month, and as you can see it's just a short little novella. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know it is in some respects a commentary on the fridging trope when shows or books fridge female characters, in particular to further the emotional journey or to kickstart the emotional journey of the hero. You know what I'm talking about? I also think this is a play on the Vagina Monologues based on the title. I want to say it's a bunch of interconnected stories of characters from popular books and television shows who have been fridged talking to the reader. I think that's what it's about. So I love Catherine M. Valente. I love this whole like feminist characters concept, and I'm really excited to read this. Another book I might be reading for Tome Topple, it's tentative, I may or may not get to it, it's Trade Winds by MMK. I talked about this in my Tome Topple video, and while talking about it I kind of talked myself into being really excited for it. So we shall see. I pulled it out of storage, so I want to get it read kind of like before the end of the month or within the next 6 months at least, so we shall see. It's possible. And then another thing I do want to get to is book 2 in my Star Wars Rogue Squadron reread. This is Wedge's Gamble. I think this is the one where they go to Coruscant because they're trying to like work on their strategy for how to take Coruscant from the Empire, but I don't know. Like this might have one of my favorite female character, like secondary characters in it. I want to read it and see if it has less of that annoying like callback to the Death Star, the Death Star, the Death Star on every other page. I really hope it does. And yeah, that's all I'm going to put on my TBR. That's quite a few pages. Tome Topple is going to be from August 4th through the 17th, so it's a huge chunk of the month, and I have, 2 books for sure, and possibly a 3rd book I really want to get to. And whatever I don't get finished by the end of Tome Topple, obviously I'll be finishing in the second half of the month. And I have no idea what things are going to come in from the library, so I'm not going to put anything else on my TBR in case something else comes in for me at the library, or if like I'm watching BookTube and I see something that I just have to go out and read, because I think that just seems safer. Let me know what you're planning on reading in August. How do you do with monthly TBRs? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do they help or hinder you in reading? And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.